Happy Tuesday evening. I'm here in Playa, 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 Playa? Yeah, I think it's Playa Flamingo. And oh my God, it has been such a day emotionally for me. Just a lot of eye-opening things for me to really add into my life. I got to remember to just dance, to let go. Like I can do all the things, right? But then if I still have a grasp on the things that I put out there, then it's like it doesn't give time for it to let go, to marinate, to simmer, to get to all the places without me having like a conscious hold on them. And I can say from experience, like I just had an event last night, and before Sunday afternoon, it was like the day before my event, I had 3 people signed up for my event, and I wanted to manifest 30 people. And I'm still learning how to get a grasp on how I balance my relationships with people. How do I, don't over invite them all the time, right? And making sure that I can still invite them. Like I want to be friendly and cordial, but I don't want them to feel like they're just a product and a paycheck. Like I do this because I genuinely care about souls, doing breath work and energy healing, right? And as of Monday night, I had 11 people sign up just like that. Well, technically it was 9 people. So 9 people signed up within like a 12-hour span. Because I had manifested, I was like, God, I just want 10 people signed up. That's it. I don't need a lot of people, just 10 divine souls, and I ended up getting 12. And some people even brought their kids, and it was so special. Like a few of them were 6 years young, one was 8, one is 8, and everyone had such a swell time. And they cried, they were able to release, they were able to feel so relaxed and present and at peace. Like I live for those moments when other people can just have time to heal, to find stillness and silence, in everything that happens in their lives. Just a few moments of that is life-changing. Even an hour is transformative in their life. With the quickness, with so much energy and power and safety and connection, because we can't do this alone. You'll never walk alone. That's a true fact. But you got to be willing to go alone sometimes, physically. But spiritually, you ain't alone. No way. And it was very special to witness 11 divine souls, 12 divine souls, I guess even 13 if you count the children, to just experience something so greater than themselves, greater than me, of course, too. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just a vessel. I'm a channel, just allowing Goddess to speak right through me, to feel right through me. And we change lives. And it's incredible. I even had a woman the other day, she'd sent a message to me saying, hey, do you actually care about helping people, or is it about business and money? This is a woman who's going through a lot of shit. And when she said that, I could tell that like she was not heart-centered. And I was like, well, let me put it to you this way. Even after you got your Reiki certification for me, all 3 levels, we did an event together in Ohio. I still talked to you afterwards, even though that the guy that you were living with kicked you out of the house twice, and I was still trying to be a friend with not even me asking you for money at all. I literally did everything that I could. I even got my parents involved to help you. and you couldn't help yourself. So I'll be damned if anyone thinks that if money is my driving force, they can get the living heck out of my life. There's the door, right there behind those blinds. There's the door. Walk out. I will gladly wave my hand as you walk down those steps. I even invited one extra person to the event who was going through sexual abuse and assault in her life. And I felt so bad. I was like, she needs some clearing. She needs a healing. She needs to get back into this alignment to her higher self. And I invited her, and she was like, oh my God, thank you. Like, she's had so much support, so much guidance with this, because it was dark, something that she went through. It was with a guy that a lot of people thought they could trust him too, and he took advantage of her, and it was so sad. Yeah. That's why, like, being a divine masculine male in leadership, there's a lot of responsibilities to this. Like, we got to be a safe haven. We've got to be, oh, hello, hi, how are you guys? Sometimes I forget that people are in here. Thank you for being here. And, like, I got to be such a safe haven. I mean, I don't even have to be. I get to be. I choose to be. I want to be. And it's incredible. There was a moment in Alabama, right? So I'm from Ohio, and I was in Alabama for a music festival. And there was a moment where I got this download saying, you have to be a safe haven for women from now on. Because, like, I used to treat women poorly. I would never hit them or, like, abuse them, but, like, I would use them, you know? Like, I was definitely not in the best and highest alignment. I was very unconscious. I was into drugs and alcohol, all that stuff, right? And when I was at this festival, I was like, okay, I don't really know how to be that, but the way that it came through and just was felt, I was like, I just said, okay, cool, I got this. And then, like, literally within, like, the next hour, one of our friends, actually, we had met another group of friends, and then, well, I don't even say friends. We met up with this other group of people, and then, like, this one dude was so high, so fucking drunk off his mind. He said something so foul, so ignorant, and so sexual that, like, the two girls that were in our group, like, they heard that. And, like, my first thing was, like, I stepped right in between those two girls and this random ass dude, part of this other people group. And then, like, I was in here, and my two girlfriends were here, friends that are women. And then I was just, like, looking at them, and, like, my one friend, she knew exactly what I was doing. And my other friend, the girl, she thought that I was staring into the other girl's eyes because I was attracted to her. No. And then the other girl finally caught on that that guy was just saying things just, like, about women, like degrading women and trying to have sex with them and everything like that. And then I was just like, I just felt like I had to stand right in between you guys because I didn't want those words and that energy to get into any of y'all. Like, I just became like a barrier. I became a shield, like a mirror force, like from Yu-Gi-Oh! Or the swords of revealing light. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't play it anymore though. And, like, ever since, like, that moment, my whole perception on, like, how I thought of women, how I acted around them changed. And, like, I started hanging out with more women. I started to gain more confidence. I used to be afraid to talk to women, even though, like, sometimes I would get lucky and then, then fuck it up. But I just became friends with all women. I never tried to hit on a single woman ever since I got out of my relationship in 2017, which really fucked me up because I really fucked that girl over. And yeah, and I'm being super honest because I have nothing to hide. And I'm hoping and wishing that somehow one of these messages will click for one of y'all in some way, shape, or form. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. I would love to know, like, where everyone's from. That'd be sweet. just like where you at in the world. I'm in Costa Rica right now. And if you want to give me a follow, that'd be great. If you want to subscribe, I do lives at least probably 4 or 5 times a week. And YouTube gave me this thing of add a Q&A sticker. That's interesting. Yeah, so I probably go live about 3, 4, maybe 5 times a week here on YouTube. I love being on here. And yeah, so my relationship in 2017, she broke up with me, rightfully so. Deep, dark depression for the next like 2.5 years, and still forth, but my life did get better. And yeah, so like I never tried to hit on a woman. Like I dated one woman in 2019 for like a month, nothing wild, nothing amounted to it. And then I really didn't have my next relationship until 2023, where I dated an older woman for like, actually it was like a month. And then fast forward to 2025, I dated a woman for like 2 months. And that was it. Other than those like 3 little things and maybe like a fling here and there, it was not a lot. It was not a lot at all. And like I am so like grateful that I was able to be like in alignment. But all those relationships were honest, respectful, so much courtesy, so much unconditional love, and so much care, so much honesty and compassion and fun. And like I really got to evolve with that, because I'm just like, it's not about sex and money and drugs and fucking bitches and getting women, getting money. Like that's what I used to be about. But no. Especially getting money. I was getting way more money than fucking bitches. I'll tell you that. I was getting way more money. I was all about the bread. Still love the bread though. But yeah, now I'm just patiently waiting for my divine counterpartner, my future soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want to call it. Just the one who's specifically designed for my divine alignment. And I am also for her divine alignment too. And I'm patient. I'm so patient on it. Like whatever's gonna happen, I'm cool. I am so cool, just learning and healing and growing and expanding and being of service. So, but it's taught me a lot. It has taught me so much. And I work with a lot of women. Women feel so safe with me because it's hard for a lot of women to find like a divine masculine that they can really trust, pour out their hearts, open up their hearts, be honest about everything, and find healing with it. And like how can they move on with their lives after what a lot of men have done to them? Like it sucks. Like I used to be like that, and it's even worse than like what I even imagine it being. I can't even imagine what it's like in other countries for women. It's insane. Yeah, like I've met a lot of women that like their partners, they either like beat them or they cheat on them, and like the women feel like they have no power. They feel like they're just so like, oh my God, like he's the breadwinner, like he's financially secure, and I don't really have a choice because I'm not gonna be able to make a lot of money. I don't think I can trust in myself. And they're so disconnected from source, their higher self and God. Like it's hard for them to even try to make a decision, to even want to move out. And then, then they have kids and the divorce and the laws and all this stuff. It's crazy. It really is. Like and for like all of those reasons and more, that's why like I'm taking my time. Like I'm good. So yeah, but I love helping women like really find their power, find their passion, and know that they can still be in their divine feminine even around me. Like watching a woman being in her divine feminine is so beautiful. It's so pure and authentic, and there's such a passion, there's such a great energy with that. But a lot of women can't be in their divine feminine around most masculine, because most masculine will end up thinking that, oh my God, I think she's into me. She's so light and happy and she's flirtatious and like all this stuff. And sometimes the woman doesn't even mean to be doing that, you know? It's just because they felt safe and so present just in the moment, they were able to be happy and, let go. Like they opened up their heart, they let the guard down. Sometimes they did that so unconsciously. And yeah, and sometimes that hurt them. But they didn't know it was going to hurt them. It was just because of a wounded masculine, because of societal beliefs and programming and their environment and whatever they picked up. It's like, it's not their fault. And it sucks. It really does. And because they feel so wounded, and, I'm sure women do this too, but men, they make up some really crazy stories in their minds. Like I did. Like I used to think that like every single girl would not be into me at all growing up. I thought I was always so weird. They're popular, this, that, and a third. And there was just no way I could ever date any of them. The popular girls, no. And the crazy thing is, I think I actually could have. I was actually a really good looking guy. But because I was so weird and so out there, like sometimes a lone wolf, but sometimes just hanging out with like the weird kids. Yeah. So, but I don't regret anything. I don't regret it. It's just funny looking back on like all these things that just happen in our lives. So, hello everyone. Thank you for being here still. And yeah, so like what gets to happen? I'm doing my part with helping divine feminine, but someone's got to help the divine masculine too. And, I feel called to, I feel a huge call to work with women more because they're also, I feel like they're just a little bit easier and like they really want to go the distance with their healing journey. I've had a few men do the same, which has been great. So, but I technically have like more women that work with me, and that's dope. That's awesome. But I would love to find a way to work with men more too. I mean, it may have to be like some kind of men's group, like really hold each other accountable, like really show up, really get just super honest. Because a man who's like emotionally intelligent, you are going to be way more attractive. You're going to be way more open and vulnerable, and you're just going to be able to understand women more, like on a emotional and feeling and even like mental level. So I would love to help men unlock their emotional intelligence. Oh, that's deep. Yeah, but then I can only fit so much on my website of like who I really want to help. And yeah, so that's why I put like males and females. But I got to be like really even more specific of like, why is it males? Why is it females? Wow, I am literally coaching myself right now. This is crazy. Yo, that's wild. Yeah, but I also feel like there can be a balance of both men and women being both divine masculine and divine feminine. And I say this because there's like this storyline out there that like, oh, women have got to be the powerhouse, they have to take care of themselves and make all the money and stuff. And then it's like, I agree with that as long as they can also be with a man or a woman if they choose to, right? But I would like to see more people have more kids these days, because there's some populations out there where like people are not having kids at all. Like most countries in Europe are not having a lot of kids. It's like below 1 kid per household. It's like 0.8, 0.9. The United States is like 1.2. And then like the countries in the Middle East, like they're having kids that are like, it's like the baby boomers of America. Like they're having like 4, 5, 6 kids in every household. It's insane. So I would love to have kids someday, but I would love for both men and women to make money, to make bread, right? Hola, hola, buenas. And so that like everyone can win. So like women can follow their dreams and men can follow their dreams, and they can have kids and maybe even have a nanny or a butler or even something like that to help with the kids. Like, why not? You know? Like, that'd be great. So, yeah, I love talking stuff about this because like relationships are so important. There's even a book I'm reading right now about relationships, and it's really getting me to like open up my eyes. You know, there's millionaires and billionaires who are unhappy with their lives. They're just able to be focused, be determined with all this stuff, but like, you know, they're probably not great at having sex. They're probably not great at taking care of their bodies. Some of them don't eat healthy at all, you know, and they still go through loss and loneliness and like all the stuff that normal humans do. They just have a lot more money to try to help themselves or just, you know, have more fun. But like when they're not like tuned in to like their soul and stuff, then they're just kind of living unconsciously, you know, just going by their day to days, just same old things, you know, a few more vacations than other people, and you know, yeah, it's crazy. Hello, Kaler. Well, you love saying hi. And yeah, like the first card, shattering the structure of the Kali. You know, I think we really got to shatter a lot of beliefs, a lot of programs, and probably some things that are controlling this world. I'm not going to say too much about that because there's a lot of shit happening, and I'm not trying to get in trouble. But I think you guys could probably guess what I was maybe leaning towards. Um, but I just want people to be happy. I want people to be free, to be able to do the things that they love to do, and to do it with the people that they love to. Be able to have a roof over their head, feel safe and free, and have food. And you know, I would love it if I could have star fruit grown in Cleveland, Ohio. Maybe one day that happens. I heard banana trees are growing in South Korea, and I learned that from a guy who literally went to South Korea like a few months ago, and he's South Korean, and he lives in Ohio. And he goes, yeah, there was like for the first time ever, South Koreans were able to grow bananas in their country this year. So I think anything is truly possible. So if star fruit, a Latin American fruit, can grow in Ohio, yo, let's make that happen. I love star fruit. Pineapple's great too. I've been doing a cleanse. That's why I've also, this is why it's just like coming on here. I've been doing a coconut water fast. I've been doing a lot of pineapple, pina, and then papaya and papaya seeds. So I've just been releasing a lot of stuff. And it's been great. It's been a little hard, but it's been so worth it. So I'm gonna go probably 2 more days on this fast. I'm gonna grab a little bit more coconut water, and then I probably won't get another pineapple. No more star fruit. Um, I still have I still have the papaya seeds. If you really want to clear some stuff out, go on a water fast for like 2 or 3 days. It's gonna suck. I'm not gonna lie. The first day is cool. The second and third day, like, yeah, the second night, you're gonna feel like a piece of shit. You're gonna go through mitosis, all these bad memories, all these weird feelings from your past are all gonna show up. And then the third day, you're gonna feel light and you're gonna feel good. And then you're gonna wanna go get an acai bowl or some pressed juices or have some steamed vegetables. And that's how you're gonna break your fast. I highly recommend the acai bowl because I love them so much. Just get acai or any kind of fruit bowl, anything at all. Just go easy on the granola. That's it. That's all I gotta say. The more fruit in it, the better. And your soul will thank you so much. Yeah. 3-day water fast, that I even did this cleanse one time that I learned from a shaman in Colombia. The first day, like when she told me about this, I was like, oh, okay. And I did it. The first day, cool, awesome. The second day, yo, I couldn't move. I literally felt like a shit on a couch. There was nothing I could do. I could barely even get up and do the cleanse still. And then like on the third day, I felt like I had this huge epiphany. My aura shot up and like I had all this energy and it was incredible. I felt so alive and lit. I felt lit from a soul level. And it was powerful. So, and because I also used to have Crohn's disease for 6 years, that was one of the most craziest things. And that changed my life. So I also feel really called to like coach people for like 3 months that are going through ulcers, colitis, Crohn's, IBS, anything of that nature. And I really want to bring so much more awareness and like belief that they can be healed. And then they can eat anything that they want, anything the fuck they want. Like a few years ago, I had In-N-Out Burger 3 days in a row. And I felt great. I was like working out, I was in alignment, everything was great. I had no issues. From someone who used to shit their pants, for someone who used to weigh less than 100 pounds, couldn't process food, was literally in pain, literally basically giving up on life. I could literally eat anything I want. It's astounding. These bodies are way smarter than we give them credit for. The mind only knows so much, but the body will tell you what's up. They will let you know what's really good. But you got to access it. You got to clear out some of the old bullshit. And that work's hard. I'm not gonna lie, that work is really hard. But I felt that when I healed my body first, then my mind will follow. And there was so much coming up from my body, but it was worth it to heal the body first because my mind is getting better. And it feels so great right now, especially because I've done a lot of cleansing. I'm in Costa Rica. I'm healing. My shadows are coming up in full force. Like, oh my God, so many shadows. But now I'm just like, bring it on. Let's get it. Let's go. We ain't fucking around no more. Whatever wants to come up, I will see it. I will feel it. I will say hello to it. What you got to show me. And let's alchemize the shit out of it and bring it to the love and to the light and just keep on living, experiencing and being. And this is like what I get to teach a lot of my clients. And this is like transformation. Like I want people to transform like to Optimus Prime. You know what I'm saying? That's gotta be my new slogan. Man. Wow. All right. I've been on for 28 minutes. I think I'm going to sign off here. But real quick, if you feel the call to know more about me or maybe how I can better assist you in your life, schedule a phone call. Just go to my website, the Fox Wellness Den, go to services, book a call. Let's chat. I'm so down to chat. And even if you don't want to work with me, I would still love to at least give you guidance. And then once a month, I host a breath work online. It's breath work and energy healing. It's very powerful. It's so amazing. People get miracles in abundance. People get job opportunities. People found their divine counterpartners. People have had dreams about their mothers. People have let go of so much shit and trauma and just heartbreak. So much stuff. There's so much richness to it. Again, my website, thefoxwellnessden.com, and go to events. It's $35. You can pay more if you like. I have that option. So if other people can't really afford me, then I take what other people give me extra and I put it towards people who may not have a lot of money. So I'm going to start like a scholarship for that. So I do my best to help people. I'm not all about the money. I used to be. Lord, I used to be. God damn. But God's got me. I trust in that. God, it's all around us, but especially within you, because God created everyone and everything. And there's no reason why God would create anything less than itself from the very start. But we're put on the hardest planet to live on in the entire universe, planet Earth. So we have to remember who we are and why we're here. And then just start experiencing and follow your heart, follow that bliss. It's been worth it. All right. Big love, big blessings. And may the divine creator, God, source, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, Swami Sri Yukteswar, Bhagavatar Babaji, Yogananda, Lahiri Mahashar, Krishna, Jesus, whoever you believe in, Adonai, Yahweh, just continue to show you how much they love you. All right. Pura Vida, pure life, La Bella Vita. It's a beautiful life. And don't stop being who you are. All right, namaste.